How much money for you to fight Francis Ngannou?
And just was like, pop, pop, pop.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
I think Jake Paul is going to beat
That's what
Mike Tyson.
I ain't saying that. Knockdown.
Oh no, my phone. Nickelback or Creed?
It's Python.
This is freaking ridiculous. We're trying to fish a damn pond, and we're sitting in a pond. We had about, what, 3 inches of rain last night?
Oh yeah, on top of all the other inches we've gotten over like the last week.
That's what she said. This is insane.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky because I can't set pole down.
Because I can't set pole. You got enough slack on that?
Yeah, hold
There,
down.
I got this.
Give you a little
As
more
always,
slack.
in shambles.
Yep.
Well, as you can see, we're back. We're not at the farm pond, but we're more
Right.
in the farm pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some crazy rain last night. This place is flooded. We apologize if we look a little rough this morning because we're up watching UFC 299.
Yep.
Didn't get much sleep. I don't even know where to put these worms, man. I'm surrounded by water.
Yeah, put them on your lap, maybe.
That's a fish.
Oh, definitely. With these water levels, definitely.
I just can't believe this. I gotta show the camera our feet. We're in a couple inches of water. Man, the things you will do for your podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is first thing Sunday morning. We are fresh off of UFC
299.
299. Great fight card. Good knockouts. Should we run through the... Oh boy. I'm gonna give you a minute.
Yeah. We'll be back after a quick untanglement break. Oh, we're back. After
Oh, you
that
got your mic.
untanglement
Yeah,
break.
you got that untangle finally. Yeah, so we are fresh off of UFC 299 last night. But before we get into that, I wanted to stock this place with fish.
Oh,
Now, looking at this water level, I'm thinking that's not a very good idea.
yeah. They'll die.
Well, the problem is this place has a drain, so like when the water level gets high like this, it just
Drains
goes,
it
it
out.
runs downstream. Also, leave a comment. What do people think about stocked fish? I look online and it's like
Some hate it, some don't.
people are like, oh, well, anyone can catch a stocked fish, so why are you even fishing for them? Well, because we film a rodcast. And we gotta catch
But
some
we
sort
also
of fish.
want like trout.
I mean, we did do a catch, clean, cook, so.
Yeah. So we talk about 299 or talk about Ngannou first.
We can do either or. We'll go over to UFC 299, seeing that's fresh in our brain.
Yeah.
What was the first fight? That was Peter Yan.
Petter.
Petter versus Song Yadong.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't pay much attention to that fight. But
Well, we're also having issues with the stream, so.
yeah, did anyone else have issues with the streaming? Like, I was on ESPN, the app. I didn't sign out. We watched the prelims, and we were like trying to buy the pay-per-view, and it kept wanting us to sign up for a
whole
year of ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus, yeah.
I'm like, I just got done watching the prelims, so obviously I have it. Yeah, that was
Absolutely
weird.
Strange.
But yeah, Petr Yan, Song Yadong.
I mean,
I feel like Petr Yan just kind of did his thing. And
yeah, he knew what he was going to do. He knew he was coming in, just take care of business, trying
Song
to get back to the top.
Yeah, Song Yadong was on a tear too, I think. And, I mean, he's top of that division, but Petr Yan just still a champ.
Oh yeah, it's tough to beat.
Tough to beat, man. Yeah, he's like that gatekeeper now of that division when you're like the former champ.
Yeah, and you get knocked off, and you don't really have like enough fights to go. Like, well, now he could go after the title again, but.
Dude, and then Jack Della Mandingo or something. What is his name?
Della Mandela.
Della Mandela. That's too many of the same Mandelas.
Yeah, I mean, it might not, I mean, we might be pronouncing that wrong, but.
Yeah, dude, getting that submission. Or no, he had that was it knockout TKO?
I think it was knockout because like he kneed him in the face.
Oh, that's
like,
right.
He came
He got hit
back
with that
like
big knee.
Burns was winning, and then he just came up, kneed him right in the head, and just took him down.
That was nuts. I think he was probably losing that fight, right?
Yeah, he was definitely losing that fight.
And then Michael Venom Page, the king of dancing with your hands down. I mean, you can't knock the guy. Kevin Holland was getting pretty frustrated. He he's like, come on, man, let's fight, man. I'm surprised Kevin Holland wasn't talking more in the cage.
Yeah, I think Dana put it best where I think Holland wasn't sure what to expect when he encountered somebody that was cockier than he was.
That's a good point.
Kind of didn't know how to handle it. He's used to being able to just talk trash in the cage, and
yeah,
all of a sudden he's got a guy that's talking more trash than he does, and then he's dancing around him.
I know. If he was talking trash to him, he needed a damn phone to call him because he was so far away.
Yeah. But he did his thing, man. He landed good shots. Like Holland could not counter. Holland could not land anything on him, really. Nope. Did exactly what he had to do.
And then your boy DP, Dustin Poirier.
The diamond.
I told you he was gonna win, man. You go, nah, his hot sauce sucks. And his wife was in my DM one time. And I'm just kidding.
I ain't no Conor McGregor.
I feel like Dustin in that fight, to me, I don't think he looked great. He looked slower for some reason.
Like he hadn't been in an octagon in like 5 years? Like,
yeah,
rusty?
I don't know. Maybe it was just, I don't know, maybe he didn't get a chance to really get going because he was getting grappled the whole first round.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he brought it upon himself because if there was an opportunity for a guillotine, he went for it.
Why did he look? You see that in the water? Something just went in like a V shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved jumping for that guillotine. Guillotine.
Did you
remember the press conference too? He was like, my coach kept telling me not to do that.
Yeah, everybody told him not to.
And he was good. No.
He's like, no, I'm gonna do it. And then he was like talking about how, like, one day I'm gonna pull it off and I'm gonna be so excited. It's like,
but also, just knock the guy out.
Yeah. I mean, he's got such good striking. I don't know why he like falls in love with that, especially when he landed some good shots and then he would go for it. Like
he always throws those like whooping hooks, but they're just so there's just so much power. Oh, excuse my language. There's just so much power behind them.
So much. Then on top of it, I mean, anybody that watched the fight, you probably saw it where there's probably 2 or 3 times during that fight where he hit him, and he probably had enough power behind it that if he continued to strike, he probably would have finished him off sooner. But he kind of was like, let me wrap my arms around his neck and try to throw him to the ground. And
I know.
It was just like, well.
I was surprised how Dustin looks big at 55, but at what's his name? Saint Denis?
Saint Denis, I think.
He looked big, man. He's big for that division, but also got knocked out. So.
Yep.
That was a great knockout. The main event, what'd you think?
Went as expected as far as like O'Malley doing what O'Malley did. Cheeto disappointed. I feel like he kind of came out. He didn't look great in the first 2 rounds.
Well, he's always a slow starter.
Third round was decent, and then like 4th and 5th, he finally started bringing it. The problem was O'Malley was like feeling himself to the point where he came out and just was like pop, pop, pop.
Well, yeah,
like he just, every time Cheeto would come in, like he'd just start striking. Like I said the other night, he's like an Adesanya in that weight class. Like he has very good.
Yeah, he's a counter striker.
Very good striking. Like he's a very accurate striker. When it comes to like knowing how to counter somebody.
Yeah,
he doesn't get sloppy like some guys where they just like throw a wild overhand or something trying to counter.
Yeah, he's a good striker. Like he picks his shots.
Yeah. He is exciting because he did say he wanted to finish, and he looked like he was trying to get a finish. He just went up against a guy that just
can't be knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like Sean O'Malley needs to fight Merab next. Dashvali. Yeah. But
well, there's something out there.
Something's out there. But he mentioned he wanted to go up a weight class and fight Topuria. And it's like, I think he wants that fight because it's a striker.
Yep.
But like, you got to fight Merab. Otherwise, people are going to think
Merab was.
He did, well,
I mean,
it's kind of like the Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. Just Merab walking up to him after the fight, and Sean was just like, Who was this guy?
Who is this guy?
Who was this guy?
Remember that time he gave him his jacket by mistake, and Rob was like running around the octagon?
Yeah.
When he was like supposed to fight Aljo next?
Oh, yeah.
That was hilarious. And then your boy, Francis Ngannou.
I don't know about my boy, man.
Yeah, I don't know why I said he's your boy. Like you know him. You guys grew up in the same village or
Derek
something.
Lewis is my boy.
Derek Lewis is your boy. I know you like Derek Lewis.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, Ngannou, ooh, like, it's funny, Dana actually commented on it, where I think he made a very good point, where the Tyson Fury fight, Tyson came in, didn't care about it, was just like, hey, I'm going to go make some money, like, you know, beat this guy up. I don't need to train.
He definitely didn't train. He looked like a bag of milk. Tyson Fury always looks like a bag of milk.
Yep.
He's like one of those guys. It's like no matter how hard you work, just always. He's just got that wideness down below.
He's got, yeah, I like that.
He says, "Shut the hell up," as he beats the hell out of both of us.
Yeah, he's also a giant, so he'd literally walk up behind us and just one punch.
Also,
done.
I think Joshua went out there trying to prove a point. Like, oh, you think I'm behind on all these heavyweights? I'm gonna do what Fury couldn't do and make an example. It just showed you the level of boxing too, because what Francis got hit with, I mean, it was a right hand down the pipe. He got dropped like 4 times, just from like one right hand.
Yeah, round 1 got knocked down. Probably, well, he was probably done then. Let's be honest. Like, he probably was finished.
That one he recovered from. Then he got to the round 2. But that
round 2 when he got knocked down.
Oh no, my phone! I knew that was going to happen. Nope. Good thing it's somewhat waterproof.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell was that? That scared the hell out of me.
I heard it too. I thought there was a fish.
Anyways, I'm not going to use your tissue to wipe my phone off. Can you just hold the pole while I... Anyways, where were we?
So, yeah, Ngannou gets knocked down second round, and basically at that point it was probably over. Like, yeah, obviously if I'm not the guy in the ring talking to him.
Yeah.
But you could tell he was just kind of dazed, and then...
Well, the knockout itself was like...
The knockout, he had no clue that was coming. Like, he didn't... Like,
well, I think everybody did, and the ref should have stopped it after he got knocked down the first time and called it off.
Yeah.
But they're like, we paid all this money to be here. Here you go, Francis. Get up. Come on. It was like the ref went, come on, come on. And then Joshua went, what's over here? What's over here? Kaboosh!
You watch it from, like, ground level, like the videos people posted on social media, and he just came back and just ran up and just walloped him.
It was like he just was like, there's this right here. It's coming.
Yeah.
Okay? Hey, see this? It's coming to your face. And then his leg, when his leg does the whole buckle thing too, those are always like just bad knockouts.
Especially the slow motion of when it just kind of came through. Like, Ngannou's hands were just like not even really up protecting himself. Like, he just had a wide defensive stance and just.
Yeah, he had no chance.
Yeah.
The commentating made me mad though, because it was like, oh my gosh, that's the most flush right hand I've ever seen. Like, what a beautiful shot delivered by Joshua. And it's like,
yeah,
you just beat up a freaking, you're the best, one of the best boxers in the world.
Yep.
Francis Ngannou's boxed twice against the 2 best guys in the planet.
Yep.
In his first 2 fights. And you're just acting like, oh my gosh, he's such a badass.
Especially given the fact that the knockout punch, Ngannou wasn't even like there. Like, he wasn't even like, of course, like, he teed off. Anybody that watches it, like, the guy literally looks like something out of a video game where he just goes for the full power, like, smash. Like,
I don't know about everybody else, but when they signed that contract to do the boxing, in that clause, they should put, okay, after the boxing, let's get inside of a steel cage and lock the door and see who's really the baddest man. Because we all know what would happen. Well, I'll tell you the only good thing about Francis getting knocked out, though, is that he got a payday.
he did.
Big payday. I wonder how much he made. I mean, would you take a punch like that to get paid? How much money for you to fight Francis Ngannou? Inside of a boxing ring. So you know he's not going to kick you in the head, or he's just going to hit you with his fists instead.
Just going to hit me with the power of a Ford Escort going 40 miles an hour.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
How much money? For you to get knocked out like that?
10 million.
10 million?
Yep. Enough so that way, if I end up in a wheelchair, I'll be comfortable.
Yeah, the problem with fighting him is you might die.
Yeah. There's a good chance you're gonna die.
I mean, he might knock your head literally clean off or break your neck.
Just kill you. No big deal.
Yeah, 10 mil, huh? What about 8 mil? Tax free?
Or is the 10 million tax free?
Nope.
I don't think the 8 mil tax free.
All right, so 8 million.
8 million tax free, man. You gotta have that in there. You can't just be changing it up on me. 8 million
Can you
tax free.
put me in your will so that way if you do actually die,
You'll
I can get the money
million?
and the podcast can go on?
Yeah. I'll be able to invest in an AI generated image of me sitting here next to you.
Yeah, I think I'd do it for 5 mil.
Tax free?
Tax free 5 mil.
Right.
Cash 5 mil.
All right.
To get, I mean, might not remember my name after, but.
You also might be dead, so make sure you put me in your will.
True. Yeah, 5 mil. Comment down below how much for you to fight Francis. Actually, any of those boxers.
Yeah, anybody.
Not that it's going to make a difference.
Won't make a difference.
You're still going to die.
The one thing you got going for you is if you're small, fast, you might be able to dodge it and just survive all the rounds.
Right. And then also Jake Paul versus Tyson.
A 60-year-old man. Maybe, well, 57.
I saw the comments were like, oh, Jake Paul's finally beat the loophole of fighting a real boxer.
Yep.
I just feel like Tyson's 60.
57, I think.
Again, 60?
60, yeah.
Jake Paul's, what, 27? 28?
Even if he's 30, he's fighting.
He's got the
twice his
experience
age.
now, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Jake Paul's gonna just think about how crazy what we're saying. I think Jake Paul is gonna beat
That's what
Mike
you're
Tyson.
Saying. I ain't saying that. Mike Tyson's gonna take his head clean off. Mike Tyson still got it, I think.
That's another guy. If you get hit, he might kill you or rip your ear off.
It's true. What if he does that to Jake Paul? Rips his ear off.
How much money for you to get your ear ripped off? Evander
5
Holyfield
million
style.
tax free.
5 million again?
Tax free.
Now, would you do it in the same night as fighting Francis?
Yeah, I'd rather go from one to the other where I get my ear ripped off and then get knocked out. So that way it's like
Rip this ear and then hit me on this side.
I wake up in the hospital, I'm just like, what happened? It's like Ngannou was talking about. I don't really remember feeling the punch.
You're like, what happened?
I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
Why am I in the hospital with one ear? Who would you rather fight, though? If you had to fight Tyson or Jake Paul, who would you rather fight? You'd rather fight Jake Paul?
Jake Paul's sloppy.
You calling him out?
Sure. If he wants to set up a boxing match, yeah.
For another 5 million?
Yeah, I'll take a couple million. Jake Paul, hit me up.
Yeah, I'd probably rather fight Jake Paul, too. Just because Tyson's like, that power is the last thing to go.
Even at his age, if he's like, there's been videos of him like training still, like probably staying in shape.
Yeah, where he's like hitting the bag, he's like, and you're like, Jesus Christ, that's terrifying.
He's a terrifying man. Like he may not be as quick and spry as he once was, but the problem is Jake Paul's going to get in that boxing ring, and he's going up against a guy that's got knowledge beyond his years. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting because Mike's strategy is going to be his knowledge.
I like how you called him Mike.
Tyson.
My friend Michael Tyson.
My friend Mike. His knowledge is what's going to be his biggest weapon.
Mick Tyson, man, my boy.
Yeah. And Jake is just going to come in there with like youth and piss and vinegar and everything else, and he's going to have to be careful. He's going up against a guy that, unlike a lot of his previous fights,
Have boxed before?
have actually legit boxed.
Yeah, I think Jake Paul's gonna. It's crazy. I can't believe what we're saying.
What do you think's going to happen? Let me ask you that.
I think Jake Paul's gonna I think Tyson's probably gonna just kind of move around a lot.
Yep.
And Jake's probably just gonna pepper him up and get his distance, and then. But think about, we know boxing's corrupt, right?
Yep.
no matter who wins a fight, it's all who they want to win through the judging.
Yeah, because
Who's going to want, if that goes to decision, think about boxing would be like, oh, no, screw this. Like, we can't have Tyson lose to Jake Paul. The Disney kid?
The Disney kid. Yeah.
Boxing's corrupt that way, so I feel like a decision, it's like, it's going to go to Tyson.
I think the big thing is the fact that you're looking at a guy that if it becomes a professional bout, yeah, exactly what you said, they would not allow it. But if it's an exhibition, they wouldn't care.
That's exactly what it's going to be. Like when Mayweather fought Logan Paul.
Yep.
Remember that was like an exhibition, so there was no judging.
No judging, no scorecards, like.
That's exactly what's going to happen then. That way they both get their paydays.
Yep.
No one's
ego gets hurt.
Yep. They both have.
Jake Paul continues to box, and he gets to look like he's legit because Tyson's happy to get paid.
Do exhibitions got to get sanctioned though? Does that have to go through a commission?
No, I think if it's
because what commission's gonna let a 60-year-old box a 27, 28-year-old?
I think if it's an exhibition, they can just find somewhere to like.
Or they just give them enough money.
It's
they're
just
like
they won't care. Like they put it in an area where they're like, hey, we're happy to host this. I mean, plus Netflix is in charge, so it's like.
Good point.
Netflix might just have the money to just be like, we'll pay whatever it takes to make this happen.
So the other day I made one of those. What are they called? Tic Tacs or something?
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. That shows you how old I am.
Tic Tac.
Tic Tac.
Tic Tac Toe.
TikTok, right?
Yeah.
TikTok. I was like, you know what? We make a lot of YouTube shorts and reels on Instagram and stuff. Because I mean, you might be watching that right now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me put this on that TikTok. I put up 3 videos. When I say I didn't get not one view, I already got shadow banned basically on TikTok. How do you put out 3 videos and you get no views? So this guy makes an account.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'll go on there, I'll make one so I can follow you. He puts up 3 videos, gets a couple hundred views.
Yep.
So why would TikTok shadow ban us? I don't understand. Already. Before you can even get started.
He's gonna hate. Too old, maybe that's why they probably like the video algorithms are like, look at these old guys.
It was watching me on my front screen trying to post like, huh?
What is that?
What is this I'm doing a TikTok.
Going the TikTok.
Yeah, so I guess TikTok's not our thing. Anybody else been shadow banned on TikTok? Or why does that happen? Maybe someone's got the answer. Comment down below.
Any of you young people out there, even though we're not that old, but I feel like we're still old. I mean, there's probably somebody that's like 20 watching this, and they're just like, the guys are 30. Oh my God, they're ready for the retirement home.
Why are they sitting in a pond? They're literally 30 years old sitting in a pond, not catching fish.
Not catching fish.
It's funny, this is not in the video, but I have to keep editing me getting up and taking a leak. And I'm just pissing into the wet ground around us. So basically, I'm just peeing at our feet. I might as well just go right here.
Well, I don't need to see Johnson, but
that's true.
You do you.
You've seen it before.
Never seen it.
All right, man. Seen yours.
Why were you looking at my Johnson?
I don't know. I was giving you a compliment. It just kind of jumps out at you.
Yeah. It's a python.
Well, that's going to be in a short. It's a python.
Not the actual video. It's just going to be a short.
That's going to be our thumbnail. It's a python.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ. Why do we always got to come back to... It always makes its way around to a penis of some sort.
Yeah.
We're too old to be on TikTok, and we're over here talking about Johnsons and pissing in the ground, and we're disgusting.
Yep.
All right, I got a would you rather for, or who's better?
All right.
Nickelback or Creed? Go.
I'm gonna go Creed.
You're more of an arms wide open kind of guy?
Yeah, well, I feel like growing up, like when I listened to a jukebox playing at a restaurant.
Oh yeah! Oh.
Like, you know, you had Creed playing, like Nickelback.
You grew up
Well-
with a jukebox?
No, I'm talking about like when you go to a restaurant back in the day.
I don't know if there's ever been Creed on a jukebox before, ever.
There's Creed on jukebox at this like pizza place we'd go to. They had a jukebox. I don't even know if those are still a thing. They probably got like music boxes
No.
now that have like digital.
No, they have phones now, so.
Nah, there's still restaurants that have music playing that you can like select. But it's all like you pay for it. Like you're probably paying $5 to hear a song. But it's crazy. It's like, who's paying that?
Anyways, you're going with Creed?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Creed just for, you know, memory's sake.
What's your favorite song? With our arms wide open.
Yeah, I mean that's a classic.
Can you give me your best Creed?
We're all try to open. Alright.
Welcome to this place.
I'll show you where everything.
Oh yeah, Baco and I heard thunder.
There you go.
I think that was a pretty good
That
one.
was pretty good.
Dude, it's crazy how Creed has like made a comeback.
Yeah.
It was like that band, although Nickelback's the exact same way, where they were just so hated. And then it was like, oh man, that's stupid. Like growing up, you're like, yeah, they suck, huh? And everyone just secretly would listen to them. And now it's like, oh no, that was the shit back in the day.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where like it's popular now because like the generation that grew up with them is now at that age where it's like you're starting to have those throwbacks. Like classic rock is now like the genre has changed.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Nickelback.
Okay.
I actually like both a lot.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
gonna go with Nickelback. Probably get a lot of hate for this. But I'm gonna do it based on a body of work because I think they got a lot more jams and they did it for longer. I think Creed kind of had that one and done album.
Yep.
It's like 50 Cent, you know, he had that giant album.
Yeah, he had like one really good album, and then like you probably
Disappeared.
like wouldn't know. Like, but although to be fair, he kind of just made his money and then just took off and expanded his empire.
Yeah. But I just think Creed is like that. They just had that one
Oh yeah.
kind of good album, which was fire, Human Clay. And they had, although I think they had another one after that was pretty good. But I just think Nickelback's body of work. I like that guy's voice too. I don't know why. Call me what you want, but leave a comment down below. Who's Nickelback of Creed? Go.
Who you got?
All right, should we put a last cast on this? Stamp it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just cast at our feet, and
No, I don't see anything at
I
our
don't
feet.
see anything either. What if I grabbed a fish instead of catching one?
That'd be worth it.
That would be worth it.
All right, last cast, last thought.
Last thoughts. Poor Francis. O'Malley's on fire right now. Jake Paul or Tyson. I guess we're both going to fight Jake Paul instead. Yep, fish are not biting. I am not going to stock this pond because the fish are all going to die.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, so my last thoughts, congrats to O'Malley, good job. Poirier's kind of back in the mix. Let's see who he fights next. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
A lot of good prelims. So anybody that watched the prelims, like there were a lot of good prelims. Curse Blades, thank you for beating Almeida.
That was weird too. That was a weird fight.
Oh yeah,
He just kept hitting him with hammer fists, and Almeida was like, ah.
he just couldn't handle it, man. I mean, he got hurt by Derek Lewis a few times, but luckily he just laid on top of Derek Lewis. But and
We're
shout out to
getting-
Derek Lewis. I want to see you fight Rosenstruck.
Yep.
Yeah, First Blade's impressive. Everybody on the prelims impressive. It's gonna be a tough card to beat for 300. Jake Paul probably gonna get his head knocked off. Ngannou,
Well, we
get
don't know
out of
that's happening
boxing. Get out of boxing, Ngannou.
Well, he made all the money. So
Don't die.
now, if you want to give us $5 million to punch us in the face, apparently
Yeah.
we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Oh God, I don't.
Nice second guessing.
Yeah, a little bit. Just thinking about him hitting you.
Yeah,
Was that you or the bobber?
that was just me.
All right. Well, I guess next time we're gonna catch some fish.
Next time we'll be out where there's fish active.
Next time we're
theoretically.
sitting in water, it's going to be inside of the canoe that leaks,
Yeah.
not actually in a
Not
swamp.
actually, and yeah.
This is the Bonds and Brews Rodcast. We're out.